Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Weekly Whatever, our weekly show where we talk about whatever we want. I'm Chris,
And I'm Brad.
and we are recapping episodes 2, 3, and 4 of The Sandra Show, season 3. Sandra
Yep.
tries to get a third $1 million. It's going really well so far.
Yes, it's going much better than the recording of this show, which is
Yes.
also on its third attempt at just putting a fucking video together. Um, yeah, so we're gonna recap the last three episodes of Survivor because we are always on top of things here. But before we do, make sure you hit the buttons below the video that make the numbers go up, because that's what Sandra wants.
Yep. Sandra gets what she wants.
Queen stays queen.
Yep.
Adios. And I just realized that you're probably too quiet for the intro, but fuck it, because
Oh,
whatever,
who
you're louder
cares?
now. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever weekly.
Yeah, let's talk about episode 2.
Episode 2, Caleb went home.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nothing else really of interest happened.
No.
It was day 9 again for him, so rip.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about episode 3,
Yeah.
where shit
This
actually
one
happened.
was crazy.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
called this too.
I called the shit out of it. I
You
was surprised.
called
I
it.
was just like spitballing, but yeah, it was both tribes going in.
Yeah.
One person
Crazy.
knocked out. I think it was just a disaster for JT, and like
Yeah. Yeah.
I really appreciate him crossing the aisle first. I think that what made it what it was.
Yeah.
But he
He
fucked up.
did. I think he tried to just kind of get everything that he could possibly want out of that tribal rather than just be I'm voting Sandra. Just vote for Sandra. And then he gets what he wants, probably. Right? Rather
I
than
mean, from his perspective.
yeah. Well yeah, it's from his perspective. But rather than just be like, hey, we're voting for Sierra, so you know, heads up. Uh he should have just been like, I'm voting for Sandra, just vote with me and we'll get Sandra out.
It was very, reminiscent of his other move where he passed a note across.
Oh man. So funny. So can we just agree now that JT's not that good at Survivor and he won
Yeah.
because Fishback is really good at Survivor and
Yeah.
like JT's just happens to be really likable and good in Final Tribal and Fishback is terrible in Final Tribal. So he won. Um
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's
Fair.
fair. Yeah. So Malcolm ends up taking the bullet here.
Real hard. That was, yeah. Because, I mean, at that point, what's his name? Culpepper doesn't know that Malcolm is JT's number one ally. Like, I think he would have probably looked out for him and not gotten rid of Malcolm if he knew that, right? Would you agree?
I think he would have made him think about it. I don't remember who said it though. They were talking about taking out physical threats though. And I feel like Brad has the final say on the vote.
Yeah.
But maybe I don't. I
Mm.
honestly I don't know. Um,
I think it makes sense what they did. I mean, they should have just gotten Sandra out. That
yeah,
was a golden
you
opportunity.
should
Holy
get
shit.
Sandra out when you can get Sandra out
Whenever
before the merge. If the merge is coming and Sandra's still in the game, you're fucked.
possible. Nobody seems to understand that
Who's
Sandra is going to ruin everyone's lives.
like who is going to go after Sandra once the merge happens?
No one.
No one. Same with Suri, interestingly, and she's just been
Yeah.
nicely protected on a tribe that keeps winning, which is
Oh
really
yeah.
fun. Uh,
Visible Tribe. I keep forgetting about them. Andrea Bolke is still in the game,
yeah,
and just don't see her
not at
except the
all.
challenges.
Yeah, where she's done all right. She's doing
Yeah.
okay in the challenges. Um, yeah. So Malcolm takes the bullet. My winner pick
Yep.
lasted 3 episodes.
That's
So I
good.
nailed the shit out of that. Um, wow. Yeah. Um, so Malcolm, like, he didn't do anything wrong, right? Like there's nothing he could do here.
No,
I agree.
he wasn't.
No.
Yeah, it was just because JT screwed up that
Yes.
fell that way.
Yeah.
He had a rough time with that.
He
I
did.
can't.
Yeah, like that's that has to be the right decision, right? To just double down on. I just told, like, I didn't tell them what the plan was. I just said, "You're safe, Brad."
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I don't know any other way to get out of that.
that's definitely
Yeah.
all he can do.
Yeah. I don't know if I mean that tribal was so insane. I don't want to move past it too quickly, but I really also want to talk about the following episode, which is really fun.
Yeah,
Um,
because that was like, top to bottom a lot going on that is worth picking apart.
yes, for sure. Uh, but just quickly, do you okay, let's start with this. Do you like the twist of sending both tribes to tribal? Just completely as it was. They're voting out one person.
Yeah, I think the chaos was fun to watch, and it keeps like the pace, you know, steady. Like it's not like all of a sudden we're dropping two people in a season where you want it to kind of take its time. You don't want
Yeah,
to run everyone down all at once, but you still get like all these people at risk, and it's just everyone trying to save their own hides, and it was enjoyable.
it was.
And I don't think it breaks the game
No,
in a meaningful way.
I agree. Yeah, as a viewer and fan of the show, I loved it. If I'm Malcolm, I fucking hate it. Uh, his argument was he wanted time. He would have preferred to have time to talk to have the tribes be able to talk to each other before tribal, which I think would have been interesting to see maybe
Yeah,
more things happen. Maybe JT then just easily flips at that point.
yeah.
And maybe Haley flips to the other side. You don't know.
Hmm.
So that I think that would have been interesting. I would love them to do this again. Uh, I don't know if it necessarily works on a season of completely new people,
No,
because
probably
then
not.
it's just the tribe that has six and the tribe that has five. You just vote out one of the five, right? Um, that was fun. Do you? And I think I already know what your answer is going to be, but this has been talked about a lot. Do you like the fact that anyone seems to be able to just get up and walk around at tribal and just start having their own conversations, or do you believe they should be planted and Jeff should just keep them there? Like, you can talk, but you have to sit there.
Uh, in a standard tribal, I would say they should be planted in this situation because like they didn't have a chance to talk to them. There's people who are voting together who don't get to talk on the beach. So I think it's not that unreasonable.
Okay,
So I was okay with it.
I liked it as a fan.
Although having a totally public discussion with all of those people would have been fucking crazy. I
Would
think
have
it's
been
just
pretty good.
too many people
It's a
to
lot of
have
people.
everyone get hurt.
It was like a merge situation, right? It was two tribes coming together, odd number. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's talk about the most recent episode. And actually, before I move on, I just love Sandra's confidence at that tribal where Malcolm goes home. She's like, "I'm not going home. How about that?" Like, all right, awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
And she was right.
I was scared. I thought
I thought she was dead.
that's a juicy boot quote.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole episode I was like, oh, I don't have a good feeling about this for Sandra. But nope. Malcolm takes the bullet. She's fine.
Is
All
either
right.
your winner pick or my winner
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah. Well, I'm all in on Sandra now, so I'm with you. Let's do it. All right. Shit's just falling over in my room out of nowhere.
Awesome.
Yeah. So JT has gone home following just a disaster of a tribal council twice.
It was fantastic to watch. It was just this really well orchestrated, you know, Emmy award deserving performance from both Michaela and Sandra.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
There are points where I almost believed it from Sandra, where I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
it's brutal." It was fun.
It was
Um,
great. Great TV.
The cup of water. Just and I
Uh,
was scared that, Varner was gonna flip and you'd see the spit take from her. I'm just spitting out the
that would have
water.
been so funny if that had happened.
Yeah.
Man,
However, I think Varner did the right thing.
I think so.
He can't cross it.
No, he seems to be really tight with her. Just based on like the fact that he didn't blow her cover, the fact that she ate all the
The
sugar
sugar.
and just
That was fantastic.
that was great. That was very Russell Hantz
Yeah.
of Sandra, which I thought
Yeah.
was interesting.
Hmm.
Uh, and yeah, it worked out so well. Just this is a bad it's a bad episode for JT.
Yeah.
The fact that he finds an idol and then goes
Oh yeah.
home in the
And
same episode. He didn't even bring it to tribal.
he didn't bring it.
He didn't bring. He says that in his final words.
He
Like I
was.
thought I
He was.
was I was so safe. I just didn't even bring the. What the
That was the
hell?
beauty of it.
God,
So where is it? It's just on the beach in a bag for
probably.
someone to find.
I
Interesting.
assume, yeah, and that's
The
actually
producers take it.
I have no idea how that works. I assume that it's now out of the game, but I
Hmm.
don't know that.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Um, so that's that was so fun. I love. I mean, I think Michaela is not gonna win a lot of people over by doing shit like that with the cup and drinking the water at tribal, but that's so fucking funny. I want her to do that at every fucking tribal. That is so funny. Uh, I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like Sandra, we kind of mentioned it. We might not have mentioned it in this video. It could have been a totally different video. I don't know. We've tried this so many fucking times. Uh, Sandra is not really playing the game that she's known for. She's playing a game where she's kind of more out in front,
Yeah.
which I feel like is almost certainly going to backfire on her at some point.
Eventually, yeah.
But I also think it's a good evolution for her to take her game and to win another returning season. I feel like this is maybe something that she has to do.
Absolutely. I was gonna say exactly the same thing, and I think that the thing that's gonna make or break her game is whether or not she can relinquish this role and fade into the background once she hits the
Right.
merge. So we'll see.
Yeah. You're right. She'll also need to pick it back up again to reign in control of
Yeah.
people at some point. Because I think you're right. Like I don't think she can get to the end, just get to the end again, and then win.
Yeah, she needs to be able to orchestrate who she goes with.
Right.
For sure.
Absolutely. She can't. There's no. She's not going to sit beside Russell Hantz. Like I don't think there's that character that she can be so clearly opposed to that she gets votes based on her uh
Yeah.
opposition.
Yeah. She's
Um,
gonna have to bring some goats.
she is, and I think Varner's a good option. I think Michaela's a
Hmm.
great option.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Debbie.
Debbie
Good
would be a
option.
fantastic
No one
option.
would vote for Debbie.
My God, certainly not Brad
Oof.
Culpepper.
No. Oh man, she was so crazy.
What the hell was that?
I remember thinking at the start of the challenge, that they're showing strategizing, and I was like, this is new.
Yeah,
They showed up for all of the tribes, and I was like, I kind of like it. This is,
yeah.
I mean,
I was gonna
nice
ask about that too.
insight.
Yeah,
And then I was like, maybe they're trying to set up the reason why Debbie goes fucking nuts, and then it absolutely happened.
yeah.
It
Which is
was
insane. I
I
mean, she volunteered to do a balancing thing and then sucked at it and then blamed
blamed
Brad.
Culpepper
Yeah.
for forcing her to do that. And then later, in another balancing thing, saying, I can do it. I'm a gymnast.
Oh my God.
And oh,
And she was arguing really passive aggressively and almost aggressively during the challenge. What the fuck?
I'm down first. Did you
I
see
was
that,
the
Brad? I was the first one down. No.
I don't know that anyone has ever done that in the middle
No.
of a challenge. That was
I
insane.
completely the peak.
I mean, why is she on the season?
Not a game changer.
No.
Change anything about the game.
Um, yeah. Insane, just batshit insane Debbie. Doesn't really add anything interesting other than insanity.
Oh,
Uh, on the flip side of Debbie, Brad Culpepper apparently doesn't really suck anymore. Like he seems like
yeah.
he's actually got his shit together.
That was yeah. You're right. I didn't really expect him to handle her so well,
Yeah, and
and
he's
then totally pull off that challenge because
yeah.
they were not winning
No, they were not.
halfway through it.
Um, and like he's got Ty kind of in his pocket, and he had Debbie. Don't really know what happened there other than Debbie's insane, but he's actually playing a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a chance that he wins the game, but he's actually playing a pretty decent game, which is insane. And I definitely kind of questioned why he was on the show again. I didn't want to see him back, but I'll give him credit.
Yeah,
He's doing all right.
he's not the worst.
No, I don't hate him. Don't like him, but
No.
whatever.
There were people on the Invisible Green Tribe who were visible in the last
You're
episode.
kidding.
I don't know if you saw them. Yes. Sarah. Sarah.
Sarah. Wow. What's Sarah up to?
She's, she's busy mixing it up, you know?
You're
She's
kidding.
bored out there.
Yeah.
She's in a solid alliance. She doesn't need any of that.
Sounds awful.
She's a criminal now. She's gonna work with Troyzan. Find an idol.
Oh, she's gonna look for an idol? How do we
She's
know
gonna
she's
look for an
gonna look for
idol.
an idol?
She told Troyzan.
Oh shit. That's good
I mean,
strategy.
yeah. So good.
That's
Building trust
the
with the
funniest
person on
thing.
the outs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. This Solid 4 is so boring. I'm gonna go play with the guy who's very clearly alone. I. It was like she. It's like she knows that there's a game to be played, but doesn't know how to play it. She's like, I'm pretty sure when people play this game, they go look for an idol. So I'm gonna go tell Troy that I'm gonna look for an idol. And I'm just like, what is happening right now? Like, she's so bad. Why is she on the show? I mean, plus Troy has the idol, which is funny. So there's not even an
Yeah,
idol to find.
I kind of thought maybe he would share that with her, but then
That would have solidified some
not.
shit. Yeah. But she could have also, I mean, maybe he doesn't really trust her either. Um I just I could really do without Sarah in my survivors this season. Insane. How about her tribe mate though, Mr. Ozzy Mendias?
Ozymandias,
Yeah,
right?
he's playing.
Playing that season 1 game.
Yeah, he's playing the season 1 Richard Hatch game, catching fish. Yeah, they can't vote me out if I catch fish. Did you
No.
see that stingray or that ray? It was
Yeah,
it was there.
it was a thing.
Vote me out, guys.
I dare you.
Uh, just like
Full bellies. I mean, they're just winning constantly, anyways. So
yeah, and maybe that has a part in that he is catching fish.
yeah,
Maybe there is
I
something
wouldn't be surprised. Full bellies are definitely valuable, but none of the season of game changers
yeah,
as much.
it's not gonna win because of that. Yeah, I just thought that
However,
was really funny. Yeah.
yeah, no,
However,
they are going to drop their buffs, and a lot of invisible people are going to be visible again. Exciting! I might get to see Sari play the game.
that would be very cool.
I was so hyped for this season because Sari's been playing and she hasn't really done much.
Yeah, been on the outs for a lot of it, and then invisible for the rest of it.
Yep, it's gonna
Uh,
happen though.
Yeah, they're gonna drop their buffs, and we're gonna get Exile Island.
Yeah, I remember thinking to myself, like, during this episode, like, so glad like redemption and exile isn't a thing. And literally at the end of it, it's like exile. I was
You got to be careful with
like,
that shit because you're calling a lot of stuff this season.
I
Uh,
need to stop.
yeah, you just don't bring up Redemption Island again because
No,
fucking oh my
or
god, yeah,
can't
or the
redeem the exile.
yeah, or the Tyler Perry idol.
Oh God.
Oh man. And the final thing of that preview is a former survivor shows up
On a boat.
on a boat, and I have no idea why. I guess it's to host a challenge because I can't believe that they'd be so dumb like Big Brother to just put a person in the game.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would.
I mean,
It's too unfair.
yes,
You
like
can't justify it.
no. I I
It's for $1
just
million, not 100,000. So
yeah,
you can't justify something that unfair.
yeah. But I don't know. I don't know who it could be, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
Got me excited. Got me thinking, and a little worried.
If it is
Uh,
someone hosting, I still think that it's probably someone they're shopping around as a Probst replacement.
which would be interesting.
Yeah.
Can you see any former survivor hosting, like actually running the show?
And being good at it, or just someone they might hire?
And well, okay,
Both.
yeah, I guess both.
um, hmm. It's a tough one.
I mean,
I think it
every
would have to be like someone who does like a regular podcast, I think, like a Rob C or
Success Janino's gonna.
I don't
I
know.
I mean I
Do you think he would be good
no.
as a host?
I think he would be okay at like tribal council and stuff. I can't see him like running challenges, commentating things like
It's
that.
you
Yeah.
got to dig,
Yeah. Just like you should probably dig, you know.
dig,
Yeah.
still dig,
Yeah.
try.
I don't I honestly I
Part.
can't picture anyone. Parvati would be interesting.
Yeah.
Um yeah. I mean it would have to be like a legendary player.
Maybe it's just like
Malcolm
Jenna
to come
Maraska.
back. Who?
Jenna Maraska,
Oh yeah. She's memorable.
the
Yep.
jar of peanut butter.
Yeah. And chocolate. It was peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um yeah, I mean honestly somebody like and I'm not saying this because he was voted out, but Malcolm could come back and probably host it. Like they has to have that recognition with the audience.
I could see that.
Uh
Kind of weird, but
I don't
yeah, I guess.
I don't but I mean I don't think he's come back to host a challenge in this season that he just got voted out. It's like, oh, those fuckers that voted me out, they're doing terrible over there. Just look at that. Oh, Culpepper, what are you doing? I don't think that's. Um. So Ty also in this episode found a clue to an idol. That was the last thing I had
Oh yeah,
to bring up. He didn't find the idol, I don't think,
I don't think he did either.
but he has a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. He's getting really good at that.
Yeah,
Idol thing. Yep. So that's happened.
it's these ones. They've been kind of weird. These idols, like you gotta find these two trees and then make an X and then just dig like a foot,
Yeah.
and it's super close to camp. And where the fuck is everyone when you're doing this? And yet no one has ever noticed or walked by. Everyone's off swimming. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get how people have the
I
time to
don't
do
know.
this properly, but they do.
Yeah. And no one notices, like, looks like there's been a 1 foot hole dug right here.
Yeah.
It's probably nothing.
Yep.
Insane. Yeah. Um, well, normally I would ask who you think might go home or what's gonna happen next in terms of the actual dynamics of the tribes, but we don't know
Tough
what
to
the
say
tribes
when
are.
the draft drops. Yeah.
Very excited. Do you think they're going back to 2 tribes now? I don't know how many people are
Probably.
left in the game.
Yeah, it's important to know. Probably 2.
How many
I
did
don't
we
think
start
makes
with?
sense.
We
Started
started with
with
20?
20.
We at 15, so we're doing 7, 7, and 1 on Exile,
Yeah,
right?
I guess so. Ozzy's like me. Please be me.
Yeah.
Bring that exile.
Yeah. I'll just feed myself.
Come
I'm
back in the game at final
interesting.
7.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people that actually might want to go to Exile because they'll assume there's an idol there.
True.
And on a season like this, I think that's like an actual advantage.
Being on the outside, not being able to talk to people, can be
That
pretty.
would hurt. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. Interesting. Game changers.
I just can't help but think why Exile Island. This season doesn't need that.
It doesn't. No, you're right. I don't know.
Weird.
Yep. I just think they wanted to go back to two tribes because of reasons, and they had odd numbers. They're just like, just stick them on an island. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
make
toss them up
him.
that way.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Or just, whoever doesn't get picked, you're out.
Just
You
get
lose.
that Exile Island, and then we'll come pick you up when it's finale time.
Yeah. Oh shit, he's still out
Ozzy's built like a giant tree fortress on this
there.
island.
He's gaining weight.
He's like wearing a goat like
The
carcass. I don't know.
mom
Pelt.
and the baby.
Oh no, not the baby.
God damn. Brutal. All right. I think we covered all of the things
Did in a
pretty
single
good
segment.
in a single segment with no issues.
Unbroken.
Yeah, amazing. Um, I look forward to seeing Sandra's game continue. She's been the most interesting
Yeah,
player this season. Just
by far.
yeah, queen stays queen. All right. So that's gonna do it for us, guys. We're gonna be back to recap episode 5 soon. We won't we won't take 3 episodes off again.
Nope.
So we'll be back in a couple days to recap that. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Chris, do you have anything left you wanted to throw in before we get out of here?
I do not.
Terrific. We're done. We'll see you in a couple days, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.